Hello, everybody. All one of you who are tuned in right now. It's really great to see you all here. My name is Melissa. I am a marketing coordinator with Academy of Learning. And today we're just doing another one of our live chats just to hopefully answer some questions about Academy of Learning and hopefully to give you guys a little bit more information about what it is we do and what it is we offer. So while we wait, because maybe there are more people coming, and I like random facts and I like questions, so I'm going to ask some just as a little icebreaker for the three of us. And they're animal themed because I loved animals. So if you think you know the answer, drop it in the comments. And there's only 3 questions and I have no prizes, but participation feels great. And then we can get moving on to our content. So the first question is, what is a group of skunks called? I thought this one was really funny. So yeah, if you think you know what a group of skunks is called, put it in the comments. And if no one does, I'll tell you the answer anyway, because I think it's hilarious. Okay, so Jessa said stinks or skinks, which is really close. They're actually called stench. So a group of skunks is called a stench, which I think is really ironic. Okay, next one is, what is the national animal of Scotland? This one was really surprising to me because, hint, it is not a real animal. It is a unicorn, which I think is pretty fabulous. And then the last question, nice, Jessa got that one too. Jessa is on fire, go Jessa. And then the last one is, how many hearts does an octopus have? It is not 1. I was really surprised by this one too. So I was gonna say a unicorn, but oh my goodness, Jessa again, coming in with 3, that's true. Jessa, I wish I had a prize for you because you would get all of them. Well done. Thank you for participating. So getting started into our presentation, like I said, my name is Melissa. I'm with AOLCC. And what we're hoping to do is just give you guys some extra information, answer some questions, or point you in the direction of where you can get your questions answered. Because full disclosure, I will not have all of the questions today, but we do have a lot of academic advisors who are always available to answer your questions and point you in the right direction. So first off, who is Academy of Learning? Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. We'll just do a really brief introduction. So Academy of Learning is actually the largest network of career colleges in Canada. So they're all across the country. And we were founded in 1987, which is a really long time. But here in Canada, we have been founded since 1996. So that means that we've been here for 25 years, helping students find their careers, helping them get into jobs that they find really fulfilling and give them purpose. And side note, because we've been in here for 25 years, we really wanted to celebrate because that's a really cool achievement. I haven't been with AOL for 25 years. I would have been 2 at the time it started, so that would have been a little bit weird. But what we're doing is we're giving away 7 $2,500 scholarships. So we have 7 campuses in Alberta, so we're giving away 1 scholarship per campus, but there is a little bit of a catch. So this promotion is only running until the end of June. So that is quickly approaching. I don't know how we're here already. How is it already July? But that means that if that's something you're interested in, you should probably get on it now. I'm gonna just pop up a banner, and there you can see it at the bottom. So if anytime during this thing you want to bounce and go talk to an admissions advisor, this would be the link to follow. So you would go to this page, you would fill out all your information, and then you could book a meeting with someone who could help you get set up or answer even more of your questions. So again, if you are interested in that scholarship or what it could mean for your schooling, definitely visit, definitely see how you can apply for that. So all you have to do is be enrolled to start, before July. And that seems really fast, but it is entirely possible. We have classes that are starting all of the time, so get on it. Another really exciting thing that we have going on right now, and that, excuse me, it isn't until just the end of the July, this is kind of a forever thing for now, is that we have expanded our Refer a Friend program. So before, the only people who could refer and get a cash reward were alumni to AOL or current students. So we've expanded that because referrals really mean a lot to us. It means that you believe in us, you believe in the work that we're doing. So anybody who refers a friend or family member or coworker, it could be anybody, who successfully enrolls in a program anytime receives a cash reward of $250. So that is some exciting stuff. So moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about our courses. So we do offer a lot of courses in a lot of different areas. I'm just going to pull up my screen here, and I'm just going to show you. Okay, so as you can see, so we have the accounting, we have business, we have community services, design, healthcare, hospitality, legal, and technology. And when you click on them, just like with accounting here, there's 4 different options. So a lot of them, it's not just accounting, it's not just business. There's a lot of different options within those things. So if you have a really specific interest, or if you have like a really specific idea of what it is that you want to do, chances are we probably have a course that offers it. So that's pretty cool. And then all of our courses are diplomas or certificates, or you can always do, like, we have some individual classes that aren't a diploma or certificate, but you can kind of take for your personal life. But all of our courses, whether they be a diploma or a certificate, can be finished in under a year. And that varies a little bit. It kind of depends on what you're taking and what the course offers. But so they range a little bit, but all of them are done within a year. So what does that mean for you? It means that within a year, like a year from today or tomorrow, you could be in a career that you love, which is really exciting, especially when you consider, you know, like a college or a university where a diploma might be 2 years, or a longer program might be 4 or more. So this is a really good return on your investment, because you pay for the 1 year of school, and then within a year, you're already making money towards and doing something that you really, really love. So next up, there are some things that really make AOL special. And one of those is just the way that we teach, the way that people get to learn about things while they're here. So the biggest thing is learning at your own pace. A lot of people have really, really busy lives, especially when you consider that a lot of people who attend our college, you know, have kids or already have a full-time job and already have so many things in their life that they're juggling. So learning at your own pace is really important, because you're never going to feel so overwhelmed by everything that things start to slip, because that's not what we want either. We don't want you to go to school and feel like you are weighed down by all of your responsibilities. We want you to go to school with us and feel empowered and feel really excited about your decision, and that it fits well into the life that you already have. Something else that we do is job placement. So what that means is that once you graduate in a year, it's not like we just give you your diploma or your certificate and send you off and say good luck. It means that we're going to work with you on your resume, and we're going to work with you to find jobs, and we're going to be connecting with community businesses, or businesses in our community, excuse me, to make sure that not only is it a job for the career you studied in, but also that it's a good fit for you. So there are a lot of different things that we do to make sure that you find success even once you've left, you know, you've graduated our classes and you've moved beyond AOL. I've already mentioned we have really short courses that get you into the workplace. And then we also have really flexible schedules, which kind of relates to the learn at your own pace. So if you have kids who are in sports, or if you already have a full-time job and you're wanting to study in the evenings, or you can only do things on the weekends, that's totally fine. You can make sure that your schedule fits what it needs to be to make sure that you're successful. And then virtual education. So obviously with the pandemic, even though things are opening up right now, the last 15 to 16 months, everything has been online for everybody. But virtual learning isn't something that's new to us. Virtual learning is something that we've been doing for a really long time. So what that means is when COVID hit, we weren't scrambling to figure out how on earth are we going to offer things online. We already had it all set up. So we just took the programming that we had for our online students and applied it to everyone. So that was really, really seamless for us. And our students really appreciated how easy it was for them to kind of transition into that online education. And I have said a lot of really great things, but you don't have to take my word for it. That's totally fine. You could visit our YouTube. I know maybe some of you are streaming from there. And there's a lot of videos from our past students. And those are sharing their experience with us and sharing what they actually thought about their time. And time again, we've heard from our students that AOL was a really amazing experience for them, and that they have no regrets about coming, and that they learned so much about themselves, and that they would definitely refer a friend. So I also wanted to say, I'm rambling a lot, but if you have any questions, please just drop them into the comment section, and I will make sure to answer them. So Jessa just asked a question. Thank you, Jessa. So Jessa asks, what is the process of finding a job after graduation? So I touched on this a little bit, and the admissions advisors would know a little bit more about it. But from what I understand is once you graduate, the academic advisors or the advisor that you worked with reaches out to business in the area, and they kind of see what is available and what you would be well suited for. And then on the flip side of that, businesses are also always actively reaching out to AOL as well to see if there are any graduates that fit their roles. So it's pretty cool that businesses in our communities are actively reaching out, looking for Academy of Learning students. So that's kind of the way that that goes. Like I said, there also is resume help. Building a resume can be really complicated, and adding your school and all of your hands-on experience, that could feel really weird if you haven't done anything like that before. So we make sure that we work with you to build the best resume and make sure that you're representing yourself as well as you can on that paper. Thank you for the question, Jessa. Oh, another one from Jessa. Thank you so much. So she asked, now that the world is returning to normal, what are there any industries that you expect to be hiring more people in the future? That's a really good question. Thank you, Jessa. So back over here on my screen, I might pick one that makes it a little bit bigger. There we go. That's perfect. So yeah, we'll just walk through these. So I think there are some that are going to pick up a little bit more or be hiring more. And then on the opposite side of that, there are some that probably never slowed down just due to the nature of their work. So if you think of accounting, so here we have accounting administration, we have accounting assistant, payroll accounting professional, and then payroll administrator. And the cool thing about those jobs is that no matter what stage of the pandemic we were at or what was going on in the world, people still needed accounting. Businesses were still running, bills still needed to be paid, paychecks still needed to be done, the books needed to be balanced. So the accounting industry is a really good industry to go into that is COVID-proof or maybe like disaster-proof, because people are always going to need someone who is helping them with their finances. As far as one that is probably going to pick up now that the world is returning back to normal, I think hospitality is one to look at for that. Obviously, in the past year, hospitality management was not it was not a bustling industry with borders closed down and travel bans and all of the stuff that we kind of collectively experienced in this past year. Hotels and all of those types of industries suffered for sure, but don't think of it as what the industry looks like today, because if you enrolled in this today, you wouldn't be getting into the fields for potentially a year. So think of what this industry is going to look like 1 year from now. 1 year we have put COVID behind us. 1 year people are traveling again. People are itching to travel again. They want to go out, they want to experience and kind of make up for the year that we've had, where the most exciting traveling we've been doing is maybe to the grocery store. So this is something that will probably look better in a year, but definitely not today. Now that we're here, I'm just going to walk through all of these because I think it's really interesting. So for business is one of the biggest ones, like sections of courses that we offer. So I'm not going to read through all of them because there is a ton, but as you can see, we have a lot to offer here. And this is one of the ones, especially if you are sure of what you want to do or of like the specific thing you want to do, this is great because there's so many options. But if you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I really like business, but I don't really know what area of business I want to go into, this would be a really good one to chat with an academic advisor because they would be able to answer the questions like, what is the difference between an administrative assistant and business administration? They would be able to tell you, which is great. But as far as COVID goes, business was impacted, but it also wasn't impacted because even though business looked different for the year that we were in COVID, business was still doing business. So it's something that, you know, we need really creative minds. And oftentimes maybe people don't think of creativity when it comes to business, but this whole year was a testament to how innovative and creative business owners can be to survive the challenges of the pandemic. So this is, I would say, another kind of COVID-proof industry. Then we have community services. So for community services, this is another one that I think will continue to grow now that, you know, we're putting COVID behind us. The last year has seen the government federally put a lot more emphasis on our mental health and pay more attention to the mental state of the people in general. So community service and addictions worker and community service worker will see an increase as we see increased awareness about the importance of mental health and how it's equally as important as physical health. And then for education assistant, you know, if you keep your eyes on the news, we've seen a lot of articles even in Alberta about grants going to schools to hire extra education assistants just to kind of make up for the difficulty that our students have had this past year doing online schooling, because that's a difficult transition. I work from home and, you know, sometimes it's hard and I'm an adult, so I can't imagine the difficulty of being in grade 2 and having to like do all of my schooling online, taking away my social interactions, and then still trying to achieve our educational goals for those kids. So there is definitely going to be opportunities for education assistants coming soon. So that would be a great one. And then we have design. So we have graphic designer, software and web developer, and web designer. So I think, again, the pandemic has really shown us the importance of having an online presence as a business. There were probably businesses pre-pandemic that didn't really think that having a website or a social media or any of that stuff was really important. But the pandemic has really shown how important it is to be able to reach out to your customers online and communicate with them online. So these things will definitely look up. Then we have healthcare. So a bunch of different ones here. Healthcare, there's always going to be a need for healthcare. Healthcare is really important. And then we definitely saw with, again, the situation in the past little bit that more than ever, we really need people who care and are passionate in these roles to be working in our hospitals. And then legal, we have the legal administrative assistant. So again, similar to accounting, you need lawyers for everything, for literally everything, it seems. So this is definitely a role that is not going away and is very safe. And then we have technology. So kind of similar to what I said with design, you know, everybody needs some kind of technology in order to run their business. And then also these sections, our students who graduate with these diplomas and certificates are our highest earners. So there is a lot of upcoming business. We see in that a lot of like bigger tech companies are coming into Canada or opening branches in Canada. So they're looking to hire, and there is a lot of availability for workers in these sections. So definitely something to think about. While we're on here, just so I can kind of direct you around. So you can find these all under programs and see they have the list, or I'm like a visual person, so I like the pictures, but you could go around any way that you want. Up here in the corner is the Refer a Friend, which I had mentioned before. So all you have to do is scroll on down, click Refer a Friend, ooh, get a little pop-up. And then fill out this lovely form. So we ask for your information because we need to know who to contact with your $250 if they go through. This wouldn't really apply. I think you could just click anything because at this point, it doesn't matter if you attended school with us. Again, if you don't have an admissions advisor, just type unknown and then all of your friends' information. And giving us this information allows us to give them an academic advisor in the school that would be closest to them. And then it also, lets us contact them so that we can give them some more information. And then over here, if you're wanting to talk to an advisor, you click the Apply Now button. And the apply now doesn't mean that you're actually applying. It just means that we're getting started on kind of setting you up so that you could talk to somebody. So all this information, and then once you click submit, it will bring you to a scheduling platform so that you can put in your information and get connected with someone. Oh, no worries. Thank you, Jessa, for asking all the questions. It was really great to hear from you. So I don't know if there's anything else that we needed to cover today. I'm just gonna scope through my questions. This is a really good one. So what are the admissions requirements? That is a question that we do get a lot on these live streams. So the easy way of saying it is that you need grade 12 or equivalent. So that could be like your GED. But if you don't have your grade 12, you don't have your GED, you can also challenge some entrance exams to show that you are at the level you need to be to study what you want to study. So even if you don't have your degree or your diploma, I'm getting confused, that's okay. Again, reach out to an academic advisor. They'll be able to answer your questions about what those tests look like and when you can take them. There's also something that actually I totally forgot to mention is our ILS. So that's something that makes studying with Academy of Learning really cool, and it really plays into the study at your own pace. So ILS stands for Integrated Learning Systems, and it's something that is special to Academy of Learning, and it allows our students to really challenge themselves in a way that works best for them. So you study the way that you know best. So I think everybody knows that there are 4 different types of learners. So there's the visual, the auditory, kinesthetic, and then the reading and writing. And I think it's also pretty common that we know that we're mostly a blend of the 4. No one is just an auditory learner, and no one is just a kinesthetic learner. We learn best by applying all the different ones. But it is fair to say that there's one that maybe sticks out more to you. So ILS allows you to kind of hone in on the way that you learn best and apply that to the work that you're doing. So whenever you're studying, if you need to write it out, or if you need to hear it, or if you need to do it, we have those options available to you so that you can learn in the way that is best for you. And then what I think is a really interesting part of it is that you build skills one at a time. So if you think about the way that you learned in school, often you sit in a desk and you look at the board and you're kind of talked to for a little bit, and maybe you make some notes. Hopefully you're paying attention, and then you take them home and you do learning again. that's not the way that ILS works. ILS allows you to build on your skills one step at a time. So if you're picking something up really fast, you're able to just kind of burn through the material and get it done quickly. But on the opposite side of that, if there's something that you're really struggling with and you're having a difficult time, it allows you to kind of hone in again on that one part so that you can really make sure you understand it before moving on. Because when you're learning, you want to make sure you understand every step of the way, because then you have a really good foundational learning. And then also you remember it longer. If you only remember it, like the last part of it, it seems kind of empty, but learning the whole thing gives you a really good knowledge of what you're talking about. Something that kind of goes hand in hand with the step-by-step is that you also get one-on-one support. So if there is something, for myself, it is always math, and it will always be math. I really have a difficult time with numbers. So if it was myself, I could get one-on-one support to help me with math-related things, which is so crucial because sometimes you can do something over and over and over and it still doesn't make any sense, which is the most frustrating thing in the world. So getting that one-on-one support can really make all the difference in helping you feel confident in your abilities. So another thing is that with the way that ILS is built up is like you take a lot of ownership for your studies, right? You are taking the time to do it. You are making sure that you're learning in the best way. And all of those things that you're learning through ILS like that give you really tangible skills for the workplace. So you can confidently say when you're applying for jobs, it's like, yeah, I am so good at time management. I did this whole diploma certificate and manage my time. Or, you know, I know how to teach myself things because I went through ILS and I taught myself this cool thing. So all of the stuff that, like the soft skills that you learn, are really amazing to have going into the workplace as well. So I think that is it. Does anybody have any lingering questions? I will say that if you have questions after, you can always go back to that little bar at the bottom, the academyoflearning.ab.ca/apply, and people will be able to answer your questions there. If you're not feeling up to that, you can also leave comments on these videos and we will respond. It just might not be as immediate as it is in this live chat. So I'll give anyone a couple seconds just to see if they have any questions. And if not, then thank you for tuning in with me today. Tonight, we are doing another live stream at 8. I will be there again, but it will not just be me talking. So if you want to tune in and listen to admissions advisor answer some of your questions, hopefully with a little bit more detail, tune in at 8 and we could see you then. Okay, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good day.